Hi everybody and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories.
This post is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole, and it's by user formermonitor4860. Am I the a-hole for telling my husband that he absolutely ruined the birth of our child? Hi everyone, our daughter is now 8 weeks old, so obviously this whole argument has gone on a very long time. We both have been holding grudges and neither of us think that we are wrong. My husband does not know I am posting this, so I am going to keep it as anonymous as possible. So when I got pregnant with my daughter, my husband started immediately telling me that I should have a home birth. I really do not know why he was so adamant on it, but he was. At first, I brushed him off and told him I would think about it because I was only 6 weeks pregnant and the birth seemed so far off. Of course, it came quickly and my husband would literally speak over me at doctor's appointments when my doctors would ask if I had a birth plan. This caused a few arguments between us in those 39 weeks of pregnancy, but I never really changed my mind. Eventually, my husband's mother sat down and talked to me, and she told me all of the reasons why they did not want me to go to the hospital for the birth. I expressed my concerns about, safety of the baby and myself, but just like my husband, she brushed me off. I ended up telling my husband that I would take myself to the hospital when it was time and that I did not want a home birth. He acted as if he didn't hear me. We met with a doula who was also very pushy. I felt overwhelmed and not supported at all. I was 30 weeks at that point. So when I went into labor, I was 39 weeks and I absolutely begged my husband to take me to the hospital where my doctor is. He wouldn't. He spoke to me condescendingly and called the doula instead. I was in labor for about 3 days, active labor for around the last 22 hours. I cried the whole time. I just felt something was wrong. I was scared and oftentimes they left me alone. The doula told me that if active pushing and labor reached 24 hours, I had to go into the hospital. I remember thinking that I could not decide which was worse, staying in labor for another 2 hours or having my baby right there. When she was finally out, I don't even remember wanting to hold her. I remember crying out of relief. Obviously, I am okay now, but I did not have a good experience. On my first appointment after birth with my doctor, she was very shocked I had the baby. She was concerned. I was so upset. I told my husband that he absolutely ruined it for me. I truly never want to go through that again. I hear mothers say that they forget all the pain the second they have the baby, but I didn't. I love my daughter so much, but it was horrible and it was entirely his fault. So I told him that several times. He rolls his eyes every time and tells me how mothers are strong and how I am not trying to be strong. I told him that if we ever have another baby, which he wants, that I will never do a home birth again. His response is, "We'll see." I cannot possibly be the a-hole here, can I? Everyone around me is acting like this is so normal, but it's not, is it? No, OP, not the a-hole at all. Your husband insisting on overstepping your clear boundaries, speaking over you at appointments, ignoring your begging during labor, and just brushing off your drama by basically calling you weak because you didn't want to be strong. Clearly, he's the a-hole here. He has zero respect for your autonomy and your safety of the one carrying the child. Now, who the hell does your mother-in-law think she is by sitting you down and giving you the reasons as to why she doesn't want you to go to the hospital, like she has any say in this? And then the doula and your husband leaving you alone while you were basically agonizing? This whole thing was absolutely wrong. And to be clear, I'm not saying home births are wrong. That depends on the person who chooses to go through that experience. This was clearly not the case. OP, it doesn't seem to me like your husband truly loves you. I think you need to get away from him. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section. And now let's check out the community comments. Cute Profession 9983 says, "This man and his family are a clear danger to you and your child." Lou's Passage 4058 says, "Not the a-hole. You're not his wife. You're his incubator. This is insane. Mothers are strong. You're not trying to be strong." And just like that, he is blind to her humanity. Get out, OP. Shadowy Sylvanas says, why are you still with a man who ignored all your wishes and was able to ignore your crying, fear, and pain for hours just to get his way? A normal loving person wouldn't be able to stand seeing you suffering at all, let alone for this long. Not the a-hole, but you would be the a-hole if you stay with this abusive prick. A Green Sandcastle says, you are dramatically underreacting. Personally, I'd try to press charges. I hope you learn to love yourself enough to leave. Nerd is a verb says, not the a-hole, and I'm concerned you and your child are in physical danger. Information request, is there a reason he would be trying to hide the pregnancy like a disturbing age gap? Does he have a weird culty religion? Is he against blood transfusions and or epidurals? Does he believe any other insane things about raising children, like breastfeeding or diet conspiracies? Is he demanding you not have a job and homeschool the kid? You need to make an escape plan. Think housing, finances, baby items, important personal documents, and financial account information. You may want to consider a domestic violence shelter. You could try to make a plan to leave with a clinical psychologist and a divorce attorney. Do you have any family or friends that can take you in while you hide from him? And Queasy Sports 7234 says, not the a-hole. I try not to be quick to judge on here, but you definitely aren't overreacting, and this is a massive red flag. Obviously, a father should be involved in decisions for his child. He should get a say, and it should be respected. But when it comes to birth, the mother's choices should matter so much more. Requesting you consider a home birth and asking you to research it even is fine. Forcing you is so beyond okay. Childbirth is so hard on a woman's body, and there are so many things that can go wrong. Choosing a home birth isn't wrong, but it should be the mother's choice. Putting you under unnecessary stress could have caused complications, all so your husband could be in control. Your husband showed no concern or consideration for your safety or the safety of your child, disregarded your feelings, your comfort, your autonomy. This is not the actions of someone who loves you. I'm sorry this happened, and this must be so hard. You've just had a baby. Please really consider if you are safe with this man. If your child is truly safe, if you really want to parent him, if this is how he handles childbirth, how is he going to handle parenting disagreements going forward? I hope you have support you can trust who can help you. Additional information from OP's comments. I'm getting all these questions about why I can't just leave or whatever. I get it. It sounds simple from the outside. But the truth is, I can't leave my marriage. Not because I don't want to, but because I have absolutely nothing. No money, no skills outside of being a mom, and I can't fail at that too when she's only 8 weeks old. I wanted so much for her than the broken home I grew up in. My sister and I barely talk to our parents or each other. If I leave, my daughter has nothing, and we'd be right back to square one. And he likes to remind me of this constantly since his family owns this commercial business I know zilch about and how I'm useless without them. I was in college when I got pregnant the first time, so close to my associates, the first in my family to even try, and I was proud as hell. But he made me drop out, said it didn't matter anyway. And now when I try online classes, he dismisses it like it's a joke. I didn't even want to be pregnant either time. First was a surprise. Second, after a miscarriage that wrecked me. I'm 21, he's 30, and we live in Georgia. I feel so trapped. He's never gone full physical on me, but the little ways he shows he could, yeah, that keeps me up at night, wondering if reporting anything would even help, which I guess ties into why this home birth mess hit so hard. It's the worst he's ever pulled, but not the only time he steamrolled me. He's not a horrible person, far from evil, just not perfect and usually not like this. He adores our girl, takes such good care of her, wouldn't dream of hurting her. I don't get why he did this to me. When labor started, I called my doctor like I planned. When she said wait till contractions hit 5 minutes, he snatched the phone, smirked and said, "Told you." The first 2 days weren't brutal, probably would have been sent home anyway. But the last 22 hours? Hell. The doula was the worst of it, honestly. I thought her nurse background meant medical chops. Nope. She was telling him she'd seen dramatics like me before. Wouldn't shut up about breathing, positions, kept shoving me up right when it crushed my pelvis. I was screaming inside, but she ignored till he saw me breaking and made her stop. Postpartum's been okay, I guess. Baby's perfect. Got all the doc checkups up to her age. He pushed for those even. No anti-med vibes usually. I'm fine too. All my visits done. Just this one stupid complication. Pain like fire trying sex again. But hey, beats dying or losing her, right? Thankful it's small. Talked birth control already. Don't want to even think another kid ever. Does that make me a bad mom? Well, the community agrees that OP is clearly not the a-hole and that her husband doesn't love her and she should get away. So now, let's move on to the first update to see what happened next. I was trying to decide whether or not I should update about this situation, but I am really moved by the amount of support that I got from you all. Heart, this is mostly just to say thank you. Yesterday I posted this, thinking maybe about 10 people would see it, comfort me, and that I would feel better. Obviously, quite a bit more have seen this and said a lot more than just comfort. Thank you all so much for the kind words, and I even want to say thank you to the ones who were not so kind because you still thought about a stranger enough to type words out to me, and that is very moving to me, so thank you. Also, this is 100% real, although I wish it weren't. I answered a lot of understandable questions people had about this. I know that people think I'm in a cult or something, and while that is certainly not true, religion does play a big role in all of this. People kept asking our ages, and I did say it in the comments, and I cleared it. I'm 21 and my husband is 30. We have been married for 3 years. Anyway, all of this is to say that I really am okay and I'm going to be okay. Also, I do not have a fear of my husband finding this post because I do not even think he knows what Reddit is. Yesterday, I was planning on leaving. I truly had no idea what to do or how to do it, but I did want to leave. I still do. I know that means my life will be hard, but I truly wanted the best for my daughter, and I still do. This afternoon, however, I found out I am pregnant again. I am not sure what I am going to do now. I don't know how I was supposed to take care of one baby financially. I can't take care of two. So once again, I am stuck. I don't know what will happen or what I will do or what my husband will do. But either way, I'm so thankful for the people under my original post. Please do not worry too much about me. Now at this point in OP's story, things do not look good. So now let's skip into the future 1 year and take a look at OP's final post. Hello, I'm not sure if anyone remembers me or my post from about a year ago. I logged off there at the end because people were accusing me of making it up or being a fake account because someone commented something on the post. I can promise you it was never fake. I'm still here a year later. I really honestly just remembered this account and I remember so many of the kind messages I got both on the post and on chats. I just wanted to say thank you. So, I'm away from my husband. You guys helped me open my eyes to so much worse things he was doing than what I posted about. I have 2 daughters now and I just can't imagine raising either of them with a man like him. Yes, smiley face. I was pregnant when I left, but I had my second daughter at a women's hospital. It was an amazing experience. Heart, I don't want anyone to be scared because of my story. Babies are wonderful. I got pregnant approximately 8 to 9 weeks postpartum. Wasn't exactly my choice and I love my daughter so much, I'll never not be grateful for her, but it wasn't ideal. But being pregnant again made me rethink everything. She saved me. Heart, and also, without you guys or the post, I wouldn't have done it. So thank you. I am now 22 years old and I shiver to think about the fact that I probably would have spent the rest of my life with him. If you're a young mom like me, please trust me that you can do it. Truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This is a silly website and it was a moment of desperation for me, but it changed my life. And if you're a woman sitting here reading this thinking there's no way you'll ever get away from your person, just remember that 1 year can change your life. Just read my posts from a year ago and choose a better life for yourself and for your babies. They deserve it. You deserve peace and happiness. Thank you again. I'm better, safer, and happier is all I wanted for my girls. It's possible. Heart, heart. Well, OP, this is a great update. You are safe, you're happy, and you're better. Those are your words. So congratulations on making the right decision for yourself and for your children. And on that note, here's wishing you the best, OP. Thanks so much for sharing and take care. And now let's move on to the next post that also has an update. This post is from the subreddit True Off My Chest, and it's by user Captain's Log Talks Back. I might love her, but I can't say it. I've been dating this woman, Ara, for about 6 months officially. Unofficially, we've been close, but not fully romantic for years until last year, and I enjoy my time with her. We don't live far. She's about 20 minutes away from my home, and we both work remotely with few times we need to go into the office. It's Saturday, and here it is Oktoberfest everywhere. She wants to go out. She spent the past 4 nights over my place, and we've been cooking, working, cleaning, watching TV, etc. all here together. It's been bliss. She's so smart and kind, so accepting and emotionally mature. I've been through a lot and I have issues, but she's taken my issues on board and is just in the "you dealing right? Therapy good? Keep that up. Here if you need me" camp. She's been an absolute balm on my emotional wounds, which I realize is not her job. Over this past year, we only got intimate starting at the start of summer, and I feel like I'm on cloud 9. Some of it, sure, it's euphoria, but I truly think I love her. She talks in her sleep. I find it cute. And she's muttered, "I love you, OP," many times. She's never just said it, and neither have I. I want to tell her and want to do it on our date today. I was second guessing, but my sister is now low-key, kindly, making fun of me. She likes that I found someone and seems to like her a lot. I just worry. I don't want to be duped by the universe. No way I get some happy ending, right? Not after my train wreck of a life thus far. Don't know. But I love her. Whether or not, I'll tell her today. I love her so much. OP, I totally understand you, but unfortunately, there's never a way to know 100% with certainty if you're making the right decision. It sounds like you are, though. The positive is that it sounds from your experience that you know what you don't want, and this girl has nothing to do with that. But in the end, OP, it's just a leap of faith. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section, and let's quickly check out the community comments. Copland says, "Don't wait, say it now." And OP responds, "That's what I'm thinking, but this bottomless pit in my stomach makes me think I won't. I want to man up and just effing say it. She's singing in the shower right now, and I want to just bust in there and say, 'God, I love you so much,' but I'm frozen here, scrolling my socials and blending our smoothies, lol." Cash Alarming says, "She's waiting for you to say it first, sending you good juju." And Renee Julius says, "Say it. The gratification that you get from saying it is worth so much more than the regret that you'll get from swallowing it down. In fact, if anything, the last 'I love you,' which I fought to say despite my fears screaming at me, is one of my biggest and bravest takeaway that I had from my last relationship." Alright, well, let's not wait any longer and go to the update to see how this story ends. I told her, accidentally because I'm a complete twat. Sweetie smiley face. She came over so we could go out to a bar we're basically regulars at. And she looked absolutely beautiful. She was wearing this mustard yellow dress and it made her beautiful skin pop and she just radiated joy. I've seen her in good moods, of course, but she was just beaming. We went out and had some drinks, and she finally just said out loud to me, "Hey, so I want to say something, and I think you know what." And I just thought, oh no, this sounds serious, so I just said, "Well, no matter what, I love you, so hit me with it." And she smiled so big and said loud enough for most of the bar to hear, "I effing knew it," and kissed the absolute stars out of me and said she loved me too. I can't even remember being this happy before. She loves me too, and now we say it freely, even sometimes randomly. It's been a dream, and I hope I never wake up. God, I sound like such a soggy potato. Sweaty smiley face. Well, peep, nothing to say except good for the both of you. So here's wishing you both the best. Take care and thanks for sharing. And now let's finish this video with a mood booster post. This post is from the subreddit Malicious Compliance, and it's by user One Piper Piping. Provide an offer, Don't mind if I do. A few recent stories on here reminded me of a friend of mine we'll call Dave. Dave was working for a company for a few years. Liked it there, liked the job, liked everything but the pay. His company pretty much only gave raises if you had a competing offer. Dave's boss knew this and advised him as such since he wanted to keep Dave. Dave didn't want to interview anywhere else. However, the supervisor that hired him, we'll call him Bruce, had moved to another job. Dave called Bruce, told him the situation, and Bruce was just like, I got an idea. I'll send you an offer letter. How much should you be making? Dave was making $85,000 at the time, and based on his skills, experience, etc., should have been making about $110,000. So that's what he told Bruce. Bruce said not to worry and that he'd take care of it. Dave gets an email from Bruce, doesn't look too hard at it, and tells his supervisor the next day that he has an offer and was wondering if his job would counter. Dave forwards the letter from Bruce, and Dave's boss gets back to him offering $130,000 to stay. As it turns out, Bruce, because he didn't actually need to budget for this position because it was fake, put $125,000 in the offer letter. He also had knowledge of Dave's unit budget, having formerly worked there, and knew they'd afford it to keep Dave. And that is how Dave maliciously complied with a fake offer letter to get a raise. Postscript: Bruce moved to a third company about 5 years ago and has since hired Dave there in an executive role he's doing well in. Well, the company rule says just get an offer. They didn't have to be genuine. Good for you, Dave. Thanks for sharing, OP.
And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. Now, if you've gotten to this point in the video, I assume that you like these stories that I'm reading out. So here are a couple more that you might enjoy. And if you don't have any time to watch another story right now, save it for later. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.